Listen carefully. What I'm about to tell you is not meant for everyone. Only the people who are tired of living small, tired of being controlled by their emotions, tired of being shaped by the world instead of shaping their own destiny, will understand this. Most people fail in life not because they lack talent, but because they carry too much unnecessary weight, fears, doubts, toxic people, bad habits, weak thinking, and invisible chains that keep them trapped. When you learn to remove these things quietly, without announcing, without explaining, without seeking approval, you transform into someone unstoppable. True power is not loud. True transformation happens in silence. So today, I will tell you 10 things you must eliminate from your life immediately if you want to walk the path of strength, clarity, and mastery. 1. Remove the habit of explaining yourself. You waste an unbelievable amount of mental energy trying to justify your decisions, your dreams, and the direction you want your life to go. Understand this clearly. Every time you explain yourself to someone who hasn't walked your path, you drain your own strength. You owe no one an explanation for who you are becoming or why you choose a certain road. The moment you start seeking approval, you hand over the steering wheel of your life. You allow people who don't even understand your vision to influence your choices and shape your mind. When you stop explaining, something powerful happens. You reclaim your inner authority. You take your power back from the opinions of others and place it firmly in your own hands. Your life is not a group project. It is a personal experiment, a journey of trial, error, growth, and evolution. Your progress is your responsibility, not something that others need to agree with or approve. People who genuinely understand you will never need long explanations, and the ones who constantly demand explanations will never truly understand you, no matter how clearly you try to explain. And that's because their minds are limited by their own fears, insecurities, and lack of vision. So move quietly, decide boldly. Cut the noise. Let your results speak for you. Let your improvement be the explanation. Let your transformation be the answer to every doubt. When your actions become louder than your words, no explanation is needed. 2. Remove people who drain your energy. You must understand something essential about life. Your environment shapes you more than your intentions. It doesn't matter how strong, disciplined, or focused you think you are, if you surround yourself with people who carry negativity, laziness, jealousy, or constant drama, their energy will slowly weaken you from the inside. Even a sharp blade becomes dull if it is kept in the wrong place. There are people who don't support you, who don't want you to rise, who smile in your face but quietly hope you fail. There are people who criticize everything you do, complain about their own lives, gossip about others, and drain your mental strength piece by piece. These people will never help you grow. They will only distract you, slow you down, and poison your mind with their own fears and insecurities. You do not need to fight them or announce anything. You don't need to explain why you're stepping back. Just distance yourself quietly. Protect your energy the same way a warrior protects his weapon, because without strong energy, you cannot win any battle in life. When you remove draining people from your circle, your mind becomes clearer, your goals become stronger, and your life begins to move forward without the weight you didn't even realize you were carrying. And remember this: you are not being rude, cold, or selfish by choosing peace. You are simply choosing to grow. You are choosing a higher path. Not everyone is meant to walk with you. Some people belong only in your past, not in your future. The moment you let them go, you create space for new opportunities, healthier relationships, and a stronger version of yourself. 3. Remove negative self-talk. The most dangerous opponent you will ever face is not another person, it is your own mind when it turns against you. Negative self-talk is like invisible poison. It slowly weakens your confidence, destroys your focus, and convinces you that you are smaller than you truly are. The voice that tells you, "You're not good enough, you can't do this, you're going to fail, or you don't deserve better." That voice is not the truth. It is fear wearing a mask. And if you keep listening to it, you begin to believe it. Once you believe it, you act like it. And once you act like it, you stay stuck in the same place your whole life. You must understand that this voice is not your friend. It does not protect you. It limits you. It comes from past failures, past criticisms, past insecurities, and past pain. It comes from moments when someone made you feel small, and now your mind repeats their words as if they belong to you. But they do not. Those thoughts were never your identity, they were just echoes of old experiences you never healed from. When you recognize this, you can finally take your power back. Every time a negative thought appears, do not fight it, replace it. Replace doubt with action. Replace fear with clarity. Replace "I can't" with "I will learn." Replace "I'm not enough" with "I am becoming better every day." This is how a warrior trains the mind, not by avoiding the inner battle, but by winning it repeatedly until doubt loses its power. You must become the master of your inner dialogue. Speak to yourself the way a strong teacher speaks to a dedicated student, firm, confident, encouraging, and truthful. Tell yourself the things you needed to hear long ago. Tell yourself the things that push you forward, not pull you down. Because when your inner voice becomes your strongest ally, nothing outside can break you. And remember this: the world will always try to challenge you, but your own mind should never be the one holding you back. When you remove negative self-talk, you remove the biggest barrier between you and the person you're meant to become. 4. Remove the fear of being alone. Many people fear being alone, not because solitude is dangerous, but because silence forces them to face the truth about themselves. When you are surrounded by noise, distractions, and constant company, it becomes easy to avoid your own thoughts. But when you are alone, everything you've been running from finally shows up: your insecurities, your fears, your weaknesses, your unhealed memories. And most people are not ready to confront those things. That is why they cling to anyone and anything, even if those people harm them and those distractions slow them down. But listen carefully. A strong mind is built in solitude, not in crowds. The greatest clarity of your life will come in the moments when you sit quietly and nothing is pulling you in any direction. That is when you learn who you really are, what you truly want, and what path you must walk. Solitude is not loneliness, it is training, it is sharpening, it is purification of your inner world. When you stop fearing your own company, you become dangerous in a powerful way. You no longer depend on others to feel happy, worthy, or complete. You no longer accept disrespect because you're afraid of losing someone. You no longer stay stuck in toxic relationships because you fear being without them. You stop chasing approval, attention, and validation. You begin to choose only what aligns with you, not what fills an emotional gap. Understand this truth. The people who fear being alone often make the worst decisions in life. They settle for less, they tolerate the wrong people, and they betray themselves just to avoid silence. But the warrior who embraces solitude becomes unshakable. He learns discipline, patience, emotional control, and self-respect. He becomes his own source of power. The moment you remove the fear of being alone, you become free. Free from emotional dependence, free from unhealthy attachments, free from the noise that once confused your mind. You begin to walk your path with clarity and confidence, knowing that solitude is not a punishment, it is the place where your true strength is born. 5. Remove attachment to the past. Too many people carry their past like a heavy backpack. They refuse to take off. They drag old mistakes, old failures, old heartbreaks, and old memories everywhere they go. And then they wonder why their life feels slow, why their mind feels heavy, and why progress feels impossible. Listen carefully. You cannot move forward if you are chained to what is behind you. The past cannot be changed, yet many people keep reliving it every single day, as if replaying it will somehow create a different outcome. You must understand something vital. The past only has power over you when you keep feeding it with your attention. Every time you replay an old memory, you strengthen it. Every time you think about what hurt you, you reopen the wound. Every time you blame yourself for something that already happened, you freeze your growth in the present. What you focus on becomes your reality. If you focus on the past, you stay stuck in it. Attachment to the past also creates fear. Fear of failure, fear of trying again, fear of trusting people, fear of dreaming bigger. You begin to believe that what happened before will happen again. But that is not the truth. That is your trauma speaking. The past was a lesson, not a lifetime sentence. It was meant to shape you, not break you. Letting go is not about forgetting what happened. It is about refusing to let it control your future. It is about taking the wisdom and leaving the pain. It is about accepting that the old version of you is gone and a stronger version is emerging. The past is a chapter, not the entire book. You must stop rereading it and start writing the next one. A warrior knows when to release what no longer serves him. He knows that holding on to old stories prevents him from becoming who he is meant to be. So, burn the old identity quietly. Release the old attachments silently. Free yourself from the emotional weight that keeps you stuck. Your power exists only in this moment. Right now, not in the memories behind you. When you remove attachment to the past, you open the door to transformation. You open the door to new people, new opportunities, new levels of strength, and new versions of yourself. Let go, not because the past was insignificant, but because your future deserves your full strength. 6. Remove the desire to impress. One of the greatest traps in life is the urge to impress others. Most people spend their days trying to look successful instead of actually becoming successful. They buy things they can't afford, pretend to be happier than they are, act stronger than they feel, and create a fake image because they fear being judged. But listen to me carefully. The desire to impress is a weakness that steals your freedom and destroys your growth. When you try to impress people, you start living according to their expectations, not your own truth. You make decisions based on how others will react, not based on what you genuinely need. You become a prisoner to opinions, constantly adjusting yourself to gain approval. And the worst part is this: the people you're trying so hard to impress are usually not even paying attention. Everyone is too busy thinking about themselves. A warrior does not waste time decorating his image. He invests time strengthening his reality. He knows that real confidence is quiet, real discipline is silent, and real success doesn't need to announce itself. When you stop trying to impress, you free yourself from a mental cage. You stop comparing your life to others. You stop chasing validation. You stop pretending. You begin to live in alignment with who you truly are. Understand something important. People respect results, not performances. They respect discipline, not showmanship. They respect authenticity, not fake confidence. When you quietly work on yourself, when you stay consistent, when you build real skills, when you sharpen your mind, your life naturally becomes impressive without effort. The desire to impress comes from insecurity. When you remove it, you become grounded, calm, and focused. You start making decisions based on your growth, not people's opinions. You stop wasting energy on appearances and start using that energy to build the life you want. You become someone who doesn't need applause to feel worthy, because your strength comes from within, not from the outside world. When you eliminate the need to impress, you become powerful in a way most people will never understand. You rise quietly, you transform silently, and soon your results will speak so loudly that you won't need to say a single word. 7. Remove weak daily habits. Your life does not change because of big moments. It changes because of small habits repeated every single day. Most people don't fail because they lack talent or motivation. They fail because their daily habits quietly destroy their potential. Weak habits are silent killers. They come disguised as, just 5 more minutes, I'll start tomorrow, it doesn't matter, or everyone else does it too. But every small action you repeat becomes a brick in the foundation of your future. If your habits are weak, your future will be weak. You must understand that every habit either strengthens your mind or weakens it. Waking up late weakens your discipline. Scrolling endlessly weakens your focus. Eating without intention weakens your energy. Talking too much weakens your purpose. Surrounding yourself with noise weakens your clarity. Avoiding responsibilities weakens your confidence. Every weak habit you allow becomes a chain around your mind, slowly tightening until you are stuck in the life you claim you want to escape. A warrior does not live on excuses. He does not wait for motivation. He builds himself through small, disciplined actions repeated daily. He wakes up with intention. He trains his body, not for appearance but for strength. He feeds his mind with knowledge, not distractions. He protects his time as if it were gold. He chooses progress over comfort. He understands that every moment matters, and the person he becomes tomorrow is shaped by what he does today. Weak habits often hide behind the illusion of comfort. They make you feel safe, relaxed, and entertained. But comfort is the enemy of growth when it becomes your lifestyle. You cannot build a powerful life while living like a spectator. You must step out of the cycle of laziness, procrastination, and mental numbness. Replace weak habits with strong ones. Waking up earlier, learning daily, planning your actions, training consistently, keeping your environment clean, journaling your thoughts, practicing silence, controlling your impulses, and protecting your mind from useless noise. And remember this truth: strength is not built in a single day. It is built through consistent practice. Weak habits break you slowly. Strong habits build you slowly. The question is, which direction are you moving in every day? Because whether you realize it or not, your habits are shaping your destiny. Quietly upgrade your daily routine, and your entire life will rise with it. 8. Remove anger and emotional reactivity. Anger is one of the easiest ways to lose your power. It blinds your judgment, weakens your focus, and makes you act in ways you later regret. When someone can trigger you, control your reactions, and pull you into emotional chaos, you are no longer in charge, they are. Understand this clearly. The person who controls your emotions controls your life. If you react to every insult, every negative comment, every small inconvenience, you become predictable, fragile, and easily manipulated. Most people don't realize how much they lose simply because they cannot control their emotional storms. They break relationships in moments of anger, destroy opportunities because of impulsive decisions, and damage their own peace because they allow temporary emotions to dictate their actions. Anger may feel powerful for a moment, but it leaves destruction behind. A warrior never lets temporary feelings ruin permanent goals. You must learn to observe before reacting. Silence is not weakness, it is strategy. When you stay calm, you think clearly. When you stay calm, you see the truth. When you stay calm, you stop giving people free access to your mind. Emotional control is not about suppressing your feelings. It is about understanding them, mastering them, and choosing your response instead of being controlled by your impulses. Most people are slaves to their emotions. They get angry quickly, they argue over small things, they hold grudges, they take everything personally, and they allow their ego to run their life. But a disciplined mind chooses peace over pride, clarity over chaos, and understanding over reaction. A calm mind is a sharp mind, and a sharp mind wins battles without ever needing to raise its voice. You must learn to let go of unnecessary anger. Not everything needs a reaction. Not every insult needs your attention. Not every situation requires your involvement. Some battles are won simply by walking away with your calmness intact. When you rise above emotional reactivity, you stop wasting energy on people and situations that don't deserve it. Your mind becomes lighter, your decisions become clearer, and your life becomes more peaceful. And remember this: the strongest person is not the one who fights the hardest. The strongest person is the one who can remain calm when everyone else loses control. When you master your emotions, you master yourself. And when you master yourself, nothing outside can break you. 9. Remove the need to rush. One of the biggest mistakes people make is believing that life is a race, and they must reach every goal as fast as possible. This mindset destroys patience, weakens discipline, and creates unnecessary stress. When you rush, you do not think clearly. You make emotional decisions, skip important steps, and build your life on a weak foundation. Understand this truth: anything built too fast breaks even faster. Real strength, real mastery, real transformation, they all require time. Most people rush because they compare themselves to others. They see someone their age making money, traveling, succeeding, or achieving big things, and suddenly they feel behind. The fear of being late pushes them into panic mode. But listen carefully: you are not competing with anyone. You are not supposed to have the same timeline as someone else. You are on your own journey, with your own lessons, your own challenges, and your own timing. Rushing to match another person's life will only pull you away from your own path. A warrior understands that progress is not loud or dramatic. It happens slowly, quietly, and consistently, brick by brick, day by day, step by step. When you rush the process, you disrespect the process. You rob yourself of the growth, the discipline, the wisdom, and the character that comes from doing things the right way. You must learn to fall in love with patience, not as a passive state, but as a powerful form of control. Patience is not waiting. Patience is working steadily without desperation. When you stop rushing, your mind becomes sharper. You see opportunities more clearly. You make better decisions. You understand what deserves your energy and what does not. You build your skills with more precision. You strengthen your discipline because you are no longer controlled by fear or comparison. You become someone who moves with purpose, not pressure. Remove the belief that everything must happen right now. Life unfolds in stages. Some seasons are for learning, some are for healing, some are for building, some are for rising. When you rush, you try to force all seasons to happen at once, and that is impossible. Growth that is forced becomes unstable. Growth that is rushed becomes shallow. Growth that is consistent becomes unstoppable. And understand this: slow is not weak. Slow is smooth. Smooth becomes strong. Strong becomes unbeatable. The fighter who moves slowly but strategically will always defeat the opponent who rushes blindly. The disciplined mind wins, not the desperate one. When you remove the need to rush, the pressure disappears, the comparisons fade, the fear melts away. You finally begin moving at the pace that is right for you, steady, focused, unshakable. And that is when life starts aligning with your efforts. That is when progress becomes natural. That is when you become unstoppable. 10. Remove the fear of starting over. Most people stay trapped in the same place for years because they're terrified of beginning again. They hold on to broken plans, failed dreams, toxic relationships, and old identities because starting over feels like weakness. But listen carefully. Starting over is not a setback. It is a strategy. It is a rebirth. It is a silent declaration that you refuse to stay limited by your past. People fear starting over because they worry about what others will think. They fear judgment, embarrassment, and the discomfort of learning new skills or adapting to new environments. They fear appearing lost. But a warrior does not live for image. He lives for evolution. He understands that staying in the wrong place just to look strong is the fastest way to die inside. True strength lies in walking away, resetting your path, and rebuilding yourself, even when no one believes in you. Starting over does not mean you failed. It means you outgrew where you were. It means your old life could no longer match the person you're becoming. Sometimes the universe closes doors not to punish you, but to push you towards something greater, something higher, something more aligned with your growth. But if you cling to what is familiar because it feels safe, you will miss the opportunities meant for you. The fear of starting over also comes from attachment to comfort, to old routines, to familiar environments, even when they are destroying you. But comfort is dangerous. Comfort numbs potential. Comfort makes you settle. Comfort convinces you that you should stay where you are because it's good enough. But good enough is the enemy of greatness, and greatness requires renewal. Think of a blade that has become dull. A warrior does not fear sharpening it again. He knows it is necessary. You must treat your life in the same way. Starting over is how you sharpen your direction. It is how you refine your purpose. It is how you rebuild your mind with clearer understanding and stronger discipline. Every new beginning is an invitation to evolve into a better version of yourself. Do not let the world fool you into thinking that starting over is shameful. The strongest people you admire, fighters, philosophers, leaders, legends, have all started over multiple times. They reinvented themselves, reset their goals, changed their environments, and rebuilt from nothing. What made them great was not perfection, it was courage. The courage to begin again when things fell apart. The courage to choose growth over comfort. The courage to believe in a future they could not yet see. When you remove the fear of starting over, you take control of your life again. You stop waiting for permission. You stop letting failure define you. You stop letting endings break you. Instead, you use every ending as fuel, every setback as education, every loss as transformation. Starting over becomes your weapon, not your weakness. And here is the truth most people never realize. Every time you start over, you start wiser. You start stronger. You start with more clarity. You start with more understanding. You start with more experience. That means you are not beginning from zero. You are beginning from power. Remove the fear. Embrace the reset. Begin again with fire in your mind and discipline in your spirit. The world is not afraid of the person who falls. The world fears the person who rises again stronger every single time. Understand this truth. Transformation does not require noise, applause, or permission. It requires silence, honesty, and discipline. The world will tell you to chase attention, to announce your goals, to impress people, to prove yourself, to explain your choices, to run faster than everyone else. But all of that is a trap. Power is built quietly. Strength grows in the shadows. Mastery happens when no one is watching. When you remove the things that weaken you, destructive habits, draining people, anger, self-doubt, the desire to impress, the chains of your past, you begin to rise in a way that even you did not expect. Your mind becomes clear. Your direction becomes sharp. Your decisions become strong. You start moving differently, thinking differently, living differently. People will notice your transformation, but they will have no idea how you created it. And that is how it should be. Growth is a private war. You fight your old self. You fight your excuses. You fight your impulses. You fight your fears. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, silence over drama, patience over rushing, calmness over anger, focus over distraction, you become a different kind of human being. You become someone who cannot be controlled, manipulated, or discouraged by anything outside of you. Remember this. Life is not about avoiding challenges. It is about strengthening yourself so deeply that challenges can no longer break you. A warrior does not seek an easy path. He seeks a path that sharpens him. And the strongest sharpening stone in life is silence. Move quietly, improve privately, evolve silently. Then let the world see the final version only when it is too powerful to ignore. Your life will change the moment you understand one thing. You do not need to announce your transformation. Your discipline will announce it for you. Keep removing what weakens you. Keep strengthening what builds you. Keep walking your path with calmness, clarity, and unshakable intention. The world will eventually see your greatness, but by then, you will already be far ahead. Walk with purpose, move in silence, and rise without warning.